sometimes when we have a big mission, a big vision that we are stepping into, we get caught in this trap of the I'm not there yet, or it's so big and I'm still way over here. And sometimes our visions are so big because you are powerful. We are powerful co-creators with life, with the universe. We have big missions. And sometimes it can feel overwhelming, or the gap can be frustrating because I know how much I have to give, and I know how much I have to share. And I know, part of me knows who I am and what I'm here to do in this life. My soul knowing, right? And then there's this other part of me, my humanness, my ego, that gets caught in self-doubt and lack and fear and the limited, I don't know how, or the overwhelm between where I am and the bigness of what I'm here to do and what I'm here to create. And this is normal, and I want to speak to it, to normalize it. And it's this process, it's this dance, right, of desiring this vision, holding this vision of who we are and what our souls came to do in this lifetime and what we're stepping into, whilst being here, being connected to our knowing and being in the energy of the excitement, of the joy of the unfolding, versus living in the gap of I'm not there yet. I'm not good enough as I am now because I know how much more greatness I have to share, right? And it can be frustrating. I get caught in this trap as well, of course. And the trick, got to find these tricks that work, right? The trick is to know, right? And when we're in the knowing, it is joyful and expansive and fun because we're connected to our hearts and our souls. We're connected to the vision. We know it's happening. And then these moments of doubt that creep in. It's part of being a human. It's okay, expect it. So when these moments of doubt creep in, it's about recognizing them, not believing them, because we all have them. And no matter how evolved we get, I don't know, maybe the top spiritual masters don't, but they're human, so I think they do. We're always going to have this level of doubt as we're expanding, as we're moving into our next level. So when we have them, see them, acknowledge them, witness them, because if we don't see them, then unconsciously they're festering. And we have these doubts and these fears that are there, but we're like pretending that they're not there. But as we know, 95% of our actions are from the unconscious. So if we don't bring conscious awareness to them, we're being moved by them. That's when we're procrastination, or we hide, or we shrink in our fear because we're not looking at them. So we got to see them with compassionate awareness, with kindness, but see them so that we acknowledge them so they're not in our unconscious, and reconnect to the knowing, to your visions, and to flow with life. We got to be in movement, in momentum, in flow. And this is something I struggle with sometimes. Sometimes I'm like, hey, I need a reset, do the inner work. And then I go in and I do all this inner work, which is amazing, and upgrades and spiritual development. But then I'm not taking the inspired action, right? And so, but when I was younger, I used to just move unconsciously in the wrong, unaligned direction, take myself totally off course. So that's not it either, right? As always, the answer is somewhere in the middle, right? Not the extremes. And we tend to pendulum. If we're completely one way, we like over course correct. Let me know in the comments below if you can relate to this. Over course correct. You know, like before I used to have no boundaries, and then I swung to like too many boundaries. And then the answer is always somewhere in the middle, right? So it is about like not doing action for the sake of doing action, which is going to take you in some unaligned direction, but doing the inner work so that you can be in action, you can be in flow, because we need movement, we need life force energy to, like, life energy needs somewhere to flow. So it's like, instead of being at the riverbank, like in the river, hanging on for dear life to the riverbank, in fear, in self-doubt, wanting to protect yourself, which I do at times. It's about trusting yourself to know that whatever life throws at you, you've got yourself. You are capable to handle it. It's self-trust, and it's trust in life. It's having the courage to let go of the side of the river, to be in the river, to flow, to let the river flow through you, to flow with the river, to flow with the life force energy, to flow with the energy of the universe, to allow the energy of life to guide you, to carry you. So we got to be in the river. We can't be hanging on for dear life at the sidelines. We got to be on the playing field. We got to be playing the game, knowing that when I get things wrong, it's a win. As long as I learn from it, grow from it, expand from it, that's a win. We gotta be in the game. And you know what? The game of life is messy. So for us fellow recovering perfectionists, this can be tricky sometimes because we want to always get it right. But life is messy. And it's not about always getting it right, always making the right decision. It is about being willing to be on the playing field, being willing to be in the river, in this whirlpool of life, and learn and grow. See what feels good, what works for you. We also got to learn what doesn't work for us. When we say the wrong thing, when we show up not in our power, not in our highest self, it's okay. Be kind to yourself so that you can see it. And as long as you ask yourself, how would I show up differently next time? That's the win. That's the learning. That's the growth. It's okay to get it wrong. None of us show up in our full, authentic, radiant power, highest self all the time. It's okay. But as long as I'm willing to learn, well, how do I want to show up differently next time? That is the growth. That is the learning. So we got to be in flow. We need to allow life to flow through us, to be in a momentum. When you're stuck, don't push. It's not about pushing, forcing, making it happen. When you're stuck, do the inner work, go in. Where am I criticizing myself? Where am I judging myself? Where am I out of alignment with myself? Where am I out of integrity from what I say I want, but I'm showing up in a different way? do the inner work to clear so that you can flow, so that you can take the next inspired action. And we gotta pivot. We gotta learn what works, learn what doesn't work. That's just as much as a success, right? We gotta reframe that so that we can be in the river, so that we can flow with life, so that life can move us, move through us, move with us. And enjoy the journey. Life is one big becoming, right? So when we're always trying to get there, and this is something every time I think I no longer do this, I do it, right? Because I think it's such a human predicament, and it's good, right? We're always expanding. There's always a next level that we're stepping into, growing into, evolving into. That's beautiful. And the trick is to not get caught in the I'm not there yet. I'm here and I'm not there, because that's a frequency of lack. I don't have it, whatever I'm trying to get. And if I'm in the frequency of lack, I'm not in the aligned frequency to call it in. So we got to enjoy the experience of becoming. Our whole journey of life, we are becoming more of our authentic selves, more of our truth, more connected to our hearts and to our souls. Always. I'm going to be growing and expanding till the day I die. And so are you if you're watching this, because you're also on a growth path, on a growth journey, which is amazing. So how can we enjoy the process of becoming and not get stuck in this trap of not being there yet, right? So it's being present right here, right now, in gratitude. So many people talk about gratitude because it's such a beautiful frequency, a beautiful energy. I cannot be in lack at the same time that I am in gratitude, right? For all the amazing things I have in my life right now. And yes, there are challenges. And yes, there are problems. And yes, there are more things you desire. And there's so much to be grateful for. There's so much beauty in your life right now. There's so much beauty of how far you have come, of this version of yourself right now, not the version you're stepping into. This is a trap that I get caught in, of loving my higher self, the version of me I'm stepping into, but making my current self not good enough yet, right? Loving who you are now, with your flaws, with your imperfections, because when you love yourself, that is the frequency of the divine. The divine loves us in our imperfections, even when we get it wrong. Love. So when we are loving ourselves unconditionally, we are in the frequency of the divine. And then we can connect. You can hear your guidance. You can listen to the inspired nudges, to your joy, to your aliveness, to follow your path, to flow with the river, the life force energy that is flowing through you. And when we're in the present moment, in gratitude, loving ourselves, enjoying this life, because think of yourself from 5 years ago. You're living your dream life, Me 5 years ago wouldn't imagine where I am today. And then I have to catch myself today not enjoying this dream life that I'm living because I'm trying to get there. And I'm not there yet, We got to catch it. We got to come back and appreciate and be present, because we can feel the beauty of life when we are present. You can only feel the beauty of a sunset when you are present, not in your mind thinking about the sun, but when you really just be and you're connecting and you're feeling the beauty. That's joy, it's aliveness, that's a magic. And we got to be present for that. So being present and feeling the joy and the aliveness. How can you tap into your joy, your aliveness? Well, it's giving ourselves permission to do the things that bring us joy, that we love. You know, trying a new dance class, putting music on in the day that you catch yourself dancing to, giving yourself permission to go slow in the morning if that nourishes your soul, if that fills your cup. Like, what's one way you can give yourself permission to follow your joy, to follow your aliveness? And the more we do that, the more we can be in love with this life, right here, right now, in love of life. It's a frequency when we're enjoying life. And in that joy, in that love, it expands. That's the frequency of your next level, right? The next level of becoming, of who you're stepping into, of the life that you are creating. What's that frequency? It's joy, it's fulfillment, it's love. So being in that now, that's how we quantum leap. That's how we create it with so much more speed when we can embody that frequency now, focusing on all the beautiful things of your life right now, the impact you're already creating, the fulfillment you already feel. And then be in the joy of the becoming, the joy of the expanding. Knowing that the visions you see, like your soul purpose, that deep knowing that you can tap into, not always, sometimes we're in the doubt, but like when you can really, when you're tapped in and you're like, I know this is who I am. This is my life purpose. This is what I'm here to do. If you can see it, if you can feel it, it's already happening in the quantum field. It is already happening. So knowing that, it's already happening. Everything you desire, not ego desires, but those soul, heart desires. You only feel soul, heart desires because that they're happening. Like that's what you're stepping into. They're inevitable. So knowing that everything you desire from your heart and soul is coming, it's just a matter of time, of how quickly you can manifest it. But like it's happening. So create from the joy and from the excitement that all your soul and heart desires are happening. And when we're in that space of being connected to it, like we know. So it's creating from that place, from the knowing of your soul that it is happening. So being in the joy, everything I desire is happening, and create from that place, not in the, I'm not there yet. I'm in the lack. I don't have it yet. Right? Create from the joy that knowing your heart's and your soul's desires, they're happening. They're in the process of happening already. How exciting is that? So when we create in that frequency, and in this frequency, we're connected to source, we're connected to the divine. That's when we get those inspired actions. That's when you have that idea, because you're in the frequency that is aligned with your higher self. You're in the frequency that is aligned to the version of you who you're becoming. You're in the frequency of source, because source knows who we are, who our souls are, what we're here to do in this lifetime, what's coming. So let's be in the joy of the becoming, because there's always more becoming. Let's love the life we have now. Let's be grateful for this life, knowing all the things we're grateful for now will just continue to expand. And let's have fun. Sometimes we can take it so seriously. Me too. I got to catch it. I'm like, you're taking life too seriously. That's when you're just like in the actions, doing the things, but not enjoying them. We have to catch it and be like, wow, what a beautiful life I am already living. Look how far I have already come. Wow, amazing. Let that sink in. Look at you, who you are today, and imagine the you 5 years ago. Celebrate that. Celebrate it. Feel it. Be grateful. Be in the joy, in the aliveness. And the joy of knowing it's just going to continue expanding. We are on a journey of growth, on a journey of expansion. And it gets to be